earlier than analysts had expected, in part because of billions not realized after some of President Trump's tariffs were invalidated by the courts. On Capitol Hill, Alice Barr.
Despite Republicans' long-held insistence on this point, debt reduction is nowhere on the agenda right now. We're in the middle of a costly war. The Pentagon is asking for more money, and it's just not looking likely to summon the political will to go against President Trump's agenda for the sake of prioritizing the debt, even if it puts Republicans who run on lower government spending in a tight spot heading into the midterms.
Mike Lindell is privately funding a hand recount and audit of the Minnesota primary he lost by 11 percentage points. The MyPillow guy and Trump ally claimed his team caught multiple irregularities on election night. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are reportedly set to move back to the UK later this month after living in Montecito, California since 2020. More from Ollie Barrett.
This was a surprise even to the King, as far as we understand it, who we believe was told about this move on Sunday. It doesn't mean that Harry or Meghan are likely to resume their roles as part of the working royal family.
Their two kids are reportedly set to start school in the UK in September. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is ON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It is Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning on Thursday, August the 20th. My name is Joe Callahan. I'm the most underdressed person. Suit and tie day.
Right?
Someone didn't pass me along the memo. You'll see if you're watching it on Woonie TV, you'll see what I'm talking about as we go around the table. Good morning, Bob Lauder.
Good morning. Good to be with you. And before I go further, let me say good morning to George and Gloria, who watch us. They get up early in the morning to see this program every day.
All right.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Welcome, George and Gloria.
Thank you. Sue Tessie McKenzie's here. Hi, Sue.
Good morning.
And in another suit, there he is. It's Greg Agnone.
I think I took a wrong turn. I thought I was going to CNBC, but evidently
Right?
not.
Well,
I know, that's what I feel like.
Good morning.
Close
Good
enough.
morning.
I'm underdressed sitting between these two, which I don't believe I've ever spoken those words.
No, you probably no.
Not if you're sitting next to me.
You're
You
always
still look fantastic.
You're always at the
Thank
top,
you.
Sue, and the rest of
Yeah.
us are down here. I'm way at the bottom wearing my Rhode Island College polo shirt. I don't know if Greg ever heard the story when I was wearing this Rhode Island College polo shirt one time, and I'm going through TSA at either Reagan or Dulles, and the TSA agent looked at me and said, "So, are you a professor?" And I had forgotten I was wearing this shirt, and I'm like, no one's ever asked me that question before, and I don't know why you're asking me it now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, she goes, well, it's the shirt, and I went, oh. Okay, now you understand.
Is it a prerequisite to get through?
Yeah. And I said, no, I'm
deal
just
with that?
just an alum. I'm not a teacher. But
about
thanks.
that?
But thanks for asking, though.
Yeah.
All right. The first segment of Coffee In is sponsored by Chestnut Hill Insurance Group and Wealth Management. What's going on over there, Greg?
Well, I'll tell you. With the kids headed back to school, and with parents with some little extra time on their hands, I just wanted to put out there that we have a part-time insurance agent opening that is a hybrid position, commission and bonus based. We're willing to train, so if somebody is just looking to get back in the workforce and wants to learn a new profession, look us up. You can either call us at 401-762-4500 or give me an email at greg.agnone, A-G-N-O-N-E, at chestnuthillins.com. And just one other thing I wanted to mention is that all expenses are paid by us as far as the licensing, errors and omissions. So if you're looking to start something new, give me a buzz.
All right, very good there, Greg. Dave mentioned it on the news this morning. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of Hurricane Bob roaring across the state of Rhode Island. Happened on August 19th, 1991. And I was probably the only one that was happy about it. And you want to know why? Why? Because back in 1991, on August 19th, in 3 weeks, I was getting married. I said, this is perfect. what are the odds that another hurricane's coming through in 3 weeks?
Right.
It's never going to happen, and it didn't. So I'm sorry everyone had some damage and things like that, and it put insurance agents very busy. I
Right.
get it, but I said it worked out so well for me.
Happy anniversary in 3
Thank
weeks.
you, in 3 weeks. So there you go.
How many years?
Yeah. 35.
Whoa.
Yeah, all in a row. Yeah, how about-
That's great.
to the same person. How about that?
It's unheard of these days.
In my business,
I'll be
you-
34 this year.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be 35 in
Wow.
April.
both of you hide
See?
your age extraordinarily well. You look great.
And Bob's up there much higher than us.
Oh. Higher
Golden?
than you.
Not that high.
Oh.
You going to say something, Bob?
I completely forgot what I was going to
All
say.
right. Well, go work on that, okay? All right. The things going on. We had a little excitement in the city. Shooting on Rathbun Street and East School Street. Happened yesterday afternoon.
I didn't hear much about what the circumstances were, or who
Well,
who was involved.
Woonsocket police haven't said much other than there was a shooting.
Wow.
And I thought I read that the victim was 19, but I'm not positive on that. They were taken to Rhode Island Hospital for help, and after that, we get nothing else. We get no one arrested. We get no update on how the victim is doing down in the hospital, and we'll have to wait and hear from the Woonsocket PD.
Wow. There was an article that Chief Oates was talking about with regard to the flock cameras, where they were able to apprehend a 16-year-old who had a gun with him.
On him in a stolen car, yeah.
That's frightening, too, to have 16-year-olds out there with that kind of weapons.
Well, sure it is.
How did they know he had the gun?
Well, they stopped the car.
For what?
It was a stolen car.
It was a stolen
Oh,
car.
it's stolen. Oh,
Yes.
it's
And
stolen.
so we
I missed-
search you.
I missed that part.
Yeah, and they found that he was wearing a satchel.
Oh,
and the
jeez.
gun was in the satchel that was he
Wow.
was in the car with. And so, and since we've been beating a dead horse all week, we might as well just keep going
Yep.
with the flock cameras.
Yep.
Okay, because and Dave's got the story about, and it's in the Blackstone Valley Call-In Times by Russ Alvo. Now, according to the police chief Oates, they say the police here in Woonsocket don't consult the flock system for help unless a crime has already been reported and it's associated with a possible motor vehicle. My question is then, I thought flock cameras could be used if a silver alert has been issued and the issue was someone has gotten into an older person, senior citizen, has gotten into a car and they've driven away and we don't know where they've gone. Can they not check their flock cameras for this particular car? Now, no crime's been committed at all, but we're looking for somebody. This is really a question for
think
Chief
so.
Oates, but
I would think that
Right.
would be more along the lines of what is the parameters that the local police department has established.
Well, this
Because
is it.
I remember reading
Yeah.
recently in another publication about cameras down in Providence, and they were saying that they could be used for that purpose.
I guess each community
Yeah.
is different.
I
Right.
would think it'd be extremely helpful. I mean, why
Well,
not
Right.
use it for the betterment of society? And
But people
besides
don't want them
getting,
because they're being
criminals.
tracked. If you
Yeah.
walk down the street, you pass 10 houses,
Ring cameras,
7 of
right?
them
Right.
got you on camera.
I had a very negative experience with the flock camera.
You did?
Yes. So what happened was I was in my office in Chepachet, and a guy came barreling down the street, wiped out my mailbox, and just flattened
okay.
it, right? But at the end of, right next to my office, there's a stop sign there, and there's traffic that goes by. So I was able to go out the front door, stand face to face with him, look him in the eye, get his license plate and the make and model of his car. He took a left.
took off?
Took a left, past the flock camera, right? And I called it into the police. The police said, I gave him the make, model, license plate number, the whole 9 yards. And they said, we didn't catch him on the flock camera, so we called him at his house, and he said he's never been in Chepachet. And I was like, what? I was just looking at the guy. I said, does the plate match the make and model? Oh, yes, it does. I said, well, then why can't we?
But you're a witness.
I was a witness.
you
and they
had a
just said, boom,
photograph.
the flock camera said no, so it's no.
Wow. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that one.
So that was
either.
that was my only experience with that. But
wow.
yeah,
All right.
Check
kind
it
of
an
strange.
answer.
The only thing I could think is that maybe he pulled into a lot that is right before the flock camera, knowing it was there, turned around and went the other way.
But you had a photograph of the.
I never photographed, but I saw him. I
Oh,
was
okay.
looking at him in the eyes, and he was pounding his dashboard.
It was after the event
Yeah,
took place.
So obviously,
I have an answer.
My mailbox is still broken.
what's your answer? What's your answer, Sue?
My research
Rhode
assistant.
Island Police Department with active access to flock cameras, flock safety automatic license plate reader systems can and do use the camera data to help locate missing or endangered persons.
They do. All right. Well, good. I'm just looking at the article, and it looks like Chief Oates is saying we only use it unless a crime's been committed. And I said I thought it could be used for other things.
Well,
like
that
this.
sounds like a broad statement to appease the general public in
Yeah.
the sense of we don't care if you're going to Stop and Shop versus,
Yeah.
Aldi's. We're only using it for crimes.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So maybe it was just a broad statement.
Okay. Bob, in Greg's example here, he's, who knows? The best thing to do from a lawyer point of view is just deny, right?
Well,
I've never been in Chepachet. I've never driven that car. I've never done anything.
Been home all day.
I've been home all day.
but I think that Greg could also have gone to the police station, filed a formal complaint, not just over the telephone,
Yeah.
and then seen whether or not they were going to at least arrest the guy or bring him in, or
I did file a complaint,
Yeah.
and the police came into my
Wow.
office, and I showed them the exact
right.
location and circumstances and whatnot. And he took down the information and said he'd be back in touch with me, and then called me the next day and said
Nothing.
that guy said he was
Now, what
never
about
in
insurance?
There must have been damage. I would imagine damage to the vehicle.
Yes, I would imagine there was. I know there was because there was black paint on my mailbox. So
So
they just said took his word for it.
maybe
That
it's
was- that was
more
it.
along the lines of the fact that they didn't think the mailbox was that
Yeah,
important.
That's exactly what it was.
suppose
That's what I think.
That's what it was.
If someone had been struck by that vehicle, I would imagine the police would have gone out,
Or if it was
found
another
evidence
car.
on the vehicle that
Right.
it had actually had
Yeah.
an impact with
Yeah, yeah.
someone, and then made an arrest.
Well,
if appropriate.
leaving the scene of an accident with the property damage. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I mean,
Right.
I fixed it the next day.
Yeah.
I was just kidding that it was still broken. But so I fixed it the next day. But I'm sure it was because they didn't think it was
Important enough.
important
Big
enough
enough,
to.
yeah.
But
go
what if,
after.
from an insurance perspective, let's just say that you had just bought that mailbox, you did whatever, and it was expensive and pricey and whatnot. So now you report it to your homeowner's insurance
Right.
for the damage. Wouldn't the insurance say, "Hold up, we want to go to the party responsible. We don't want to pay
Yeah,
for this."
that's right. So that's the concept of subrogation, meaning that they'll probably pay the loss and then go after the other person's company. But the cost of a mailbox would be under the deductible that you would have on your homeowner's policy, most likely, anyways. So
Right.
you wouldn't file a claim like that because it would just make your insurance premium go up.
Gotcha.
As much as I hate to admit it.
Wow. Well, that's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
that's the problem. Even though somebody else is responsible, if
Yeah.
they have to pay it, and then you have to go
Yeah,
to subrogation.
right, exactly.
Because I got rear-ended, and both myself and the party that rear-ended me are with the same insurance company.
Oh, wow.
And insurance company saying to me, "Well, do you want it to go under your?" No, I don't want it to go under mine.
No.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
stopped at a red light. No, it's not going under mine. So
Wow. Well, okay.
That's
Right.
smart. That's what you should do.
And talk about, you're walking down the street and you're getting caught by, Ring cameras. Also your phone. Your phone's tracking you
Let me tell
wherever
ya.
you're going.
I don't care where you go. I was in a drive-through McDonald's. They have those little ice cream cones, soft serve.
Yeah.
And there's 2 cameras up there watching me order my ice cream. So people that are all hell-bent on the flock cameras, they are everywhere, not just in and outside of stores and businesses and residential properties. Drive down Newport Ave, see what's going to happen to you if you're speeding down Newport
Oh,
Ave.
I know. We talked about that yesterday.
Yes.
But if you decide to rob the McDonald's through the drive-through, which couldn't be
Right.
any dumber than that,
Right.
At least they'd have you on camera.
Yeah. Plus they can prove you ordered vanilla and not chocolate.
Right? No,
In case
she
you
said
complain.
vanilla. I'm looking at the camera.
Let's look at the tape. All right.
Yeah.
So the flock camera thing is not going away. The governor put a 60-day moratorium on any new ones for a complete review of the whole thing. So it's here
for a while.
The argument is here for a while.
Right.
Now, is that
Whether
part
or
of the
not-
Democratic Socialist thing?
Party? I think it is, Sue.
See, we
Actually, I
had
did-
quite the
If
conversation
I'm not
before we
mistaken,
actually went on the air.
I thought I heard in the debate the other night. I think they were talking about flock cameras, and I thought I heard McKee say that he doesn't want them statewide.
What does Helena say about it? Did she say?
I was watching a snippet, so all I
Okay.
caught was his.
Well, they're not
comment.
statewide. It's community by community.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just putting his opinion out there. But so
I think that might be just for votes.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to get
No, you
political.
can say that.
Wasn't the object of the whole debate to try and garner votes?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's a way to try to get it.
Ask not what your state can do for you.
Nah, man, those days are gone.
Oh, he admitted it.
All right. We're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. So, Greg, let's get another message, please, from Chestnut Hill.
I just want to put something out there that these days a lot of people, to save money on their auto insurance, are using these devices that, along the same lines as your phone. What they do is they track your driving habits, and if you have good driving habits, then you can get a lower rate based on that. But this telematic device measures braking, accelerating, what times you're out at night, that type of thing. So the point is that I'm making is that I had an 80-year-old woman come in yesterday who basically drives like 1,000 miles a year and only goes out during the daylight, 5 miles a day. Somebody like that, it would be very helpful for. But when people come in who are heavy breakers, speeders, driving in city traffic, this is not for them. So if somebody tries to tell you that's a way to save money on your auto insurance, look in the mirror and determine yourself what kind of driver you are and whether you want to take part of this.
Is that,
That
something
explains-
you
go ahead.
add to your vehicle? Or?
Yeah, so there's two different types. There's one that plugs right into your dashboard, and there's another one that is part of your cell phone, so you can activate it when you're on your cell phone. Problem with that is that the cell phone doesn't know if you're driving or if you're a passenger. So you could be driving with somebody who's a nut,
yeah.
and basically they think that you're a nut. So,
But that would explain to people that are in the passing lane, not the fast lane,
Yeah.
not the
Driving lane.
hangout lane, and no rush lane. They probably have that on their car. And,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
if they
Okay.
swerve over,
well, that's
there's a
that,
point against
and
you.
one of the arguments against it is that it stops people from braking when they need to brake.
Oh my goodness.
They really should. All right. Break time here on the Coffee and program, and more coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
OM 1240.
Your premier real estate expert is Scott McGee of the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties in North Smithfield. Scott has had extensive training and knows the latest real estate strategies. He can offer you knowledge and tools most other agents can't. To see the latest listings from the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties, visit this website, McGeeSoldMyHouse.com. Scott McGee of Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties can help you buy or sell your home. The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores. ON Radio. Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Bob Lotter and Greg Agnone and Sue Tessier McKenzie. And Sue, it is time for a first message from the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times.
Good morning, everybody. So, as I mentioned last week, the nomination rounds are now done. It is now the voting rounds. So be sure to go to woonsocketcall.com to place your votes. You may, if you have never voted on our website for the community choice, you will need to register. There's no cost. We're not going to inundate you with stuff. We may send you snippets of different sister papers of ours, like the Westerly Sun, but there's no cost to do any of that, and you're under no obligation to further do any of that. You can go on every day, only once a day per person, per email. So yeah, go online and vote for your favorite business. If you have any questions, you can call my cell phone at 487-4136.
All right, Sue, thank you. And let's see, other things going on. And Bob, did things change recently? Statute of limitations on sexual assault cases. Has that law changed recently, or has it always been
No, it has
unlimited?
changed.
It has
They
changed.
have
Okay.
changed it and expanded it, primarily, I believe, in response to the allegations regarding various religious figures having had sex with underage people.
Okay.
Yes.
I bring it up because Rhode Island Attorney General Peter Nerona announces a suspect's been arrested in a 2005 sexual assault case that happened in Hopkinton, Rhode Island. The man arrested.
saw that.
The man arrested. Yeah, he's 41 now, but he was 20 something then, and he sexually assaulted a 45-year-old woman then. She's now 65 years old, living in Connecticut. But they got it through DNA through a discarded cigarette. How about that? Another reason not to smoke. But that's how they got him. I'm like,
Survival window.
Or not to litter.
oh, not to litter. Yeah, you're right. But in a case like that, statute of limitations on that didn't involve a priest or anything.
No,
like
but
that,
the statute of limitations I was talking about, the expansion of it, was as a result of the controversies concerning the religious figures, but it was not limited just to them. It's across the board. So
Okay.
yes, I expect that he will be charged. Well, he's been arrested.
He has been
and
charged. He's been arrested.
So
yeah.
it's going to go to before the judge and jury.
Okay. Well, alrighty.
Okay,
I don't-
I'm
what'd
sorry,
you
I got to
say, Sue?
interject on
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
Because I understand what you're saying, except you're right.
Right.
It was for that. But now you're talking about this guy that I saw in the news yesterday.
Oh,
that
he's from
was
Woonsocket,
charged.
too.
Yes, it's from Woonsocket.
Yeah.
But then it says general and civil criminal limitation periods such as 3 years for standard personal injury or general crimes remain unchanged. So how'd that guy...
I think they've made it basically with respect to sexual activities.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes, right? On this one, we get no called in 766-1240. Just saying, in the Little League World Series, Massachusetts played New Jersey. But anyway, they lost. Which
Oh, did
which
they?
is too bad.
That's too bad.
They lost on a walk-off home run, 2-1. They still keep playing. It's a double elimination tournament down there. So, but it's going to be extra tough now to try to
tough field.
win this thing now.
Unless you got a
And go back
15-year-old
bit.
pitching.
Massachusetts has a little league team that's playing against all the other 49 states.
No,
Oh, all right.
it's a regional thing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, all right.
So Mass won the New England region,
Okay,
which is Mass, Maine, Vermont,
Right.
New Hampshire.
right.
So they represent. They're now the New England team, not the Massachusetts team,
Okay.
I should say. But they're from Bridgewater, Mass.
But
they'll
it,
play
but it goes beyond the United States. They're playing
Oh, yes.
kids from Taiwan and
But it's still,
wow.
but it's still,
Mexico
but it's still
and-
broken down. The USA
Oh, yeah.
play each other,
Right.
And then all the international teams they
Correct.
play each other,
right.
And
So these guys are from Bridgewater, Mass, I believe.
yes, they are.
Yeah. So they Bridgewater had to play the Rhode Island team and all
No,
the New
Rhode Island
England.
was somewhere
so
else.
now the winner of those Rhode Island is somewhere else. Yeah. But the winner of that group now moves forward to Williamsport in Pennsylvania and plays against the winners of the other regional groups.
Okay.
So
And eventually, they're going to whoever is the United States champion is going to be playing against other
The
teams.
Another international.
Where
champion.
where are those events taking place?
Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
It all takes place.
There's a big facility there. Yeah, it's a
huge.
beautiful spot. Yeah.
When does
Oh,
that
wow.
take place?
Right
School
now.
starts
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Well, it always starts now, and so.
No, I mean, I know it's ongoing
started
now,
yesterday,
but
yeah.
towards the end, like...
it's-
Oh, when will it end?
Yeah.
Probably like another.
This
Another
week or
week?
next week?
Couple-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it takes a
nothing.
couple of weeks to get all these games in and get them played.
That's pretty fantastic.
Because
though.
you never know about weather. And,
Yeah,
and,
right.
and like that. So.
Little League, you're young kids.
Oh yeah.
They're
so,
12
yeah.
and under.
That's why the worst part about watching that is when they lose, they all
Oh,
start crying.
They cry. Yeah. And,
okay.
And ESPN is
crying
so
in
There's no... I was just going to say that.
and ESPN is so good at
Right.
focusing in on the crying child.
Dave Belisle was the coach of the
Rhode Island team.
a
few years ago.
and he got national acclaim because he took all of his kids before they, after the game, but before they met with their parents, brought them to the outfield and explained to them, this was probably the best experience they're going to have in their lives and enjoy it, and
Yeah.
and so on, and really. did a great job with that.
But as always, there's controversy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
I forget. I heard it on our national news. One of the teams wouldn't. No, Little League International wouldn't let 2 players like from Nicaragua, or someplace, into the country, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's ice related or whatever, but they wouldn't let them in, and so that team had to play without 2 of their players. Yet they still won.
How about that? How about that New York team that had like a 14-year-old pitcher that time?
That's.
And don't ask me how I know this, but his name was Danny Almonte.
How do you know that?
I don't
How do you
know. Just
remember
a lot
that?
of,
and you're right. That is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you didn't play, Bob.
How do you guys know so much?
It's just
just
stuck.
ingrained.
It's just stuck in there.
Yeah.
But
There's other stuff that got kicked out when that one's
that's
so
right.
rude.
Because you didn't play, and you're probably looking at it, Bobby. Well, what's the difference between 14 and 12? It's monstrous.
Okay.
If you're 14 years old, the way you can pitch it, and against a 12 or 11-year-old at that age, at that point in their lives,
Makes sense.
the 12-year-olds
Yes.
and 11-years cannot catch up to the 14-year-olds on how fast they pitch.
Yeah.
So it's a
He
real
was like 6 feet tall.
event in shaving. Looks like you should be playing college baseball. So. All right, so best of luck to Bridgewater as they move on in the losing bracket right now. All right, early primary voting starts today. If you want to,
How about that?
vote early and vote often. If you want to go and do your mail-in ballot, it starts today. Primary is on September the 9th this year. Early voting ends at 4 p.m. sharp on September 8th.
Well, I hope that the newspapers publish more comparisons between the various candidates, because they were saying you were saying on radio this morning.
No one knows who's running for Attorney General.
I don't know who's running for Attorney General.
Wow, you should know that.
And
Bob.
yes, I should. And I'd like to see a comparison that says, okay, candidate A is supporting X, Y, and Z, and this is their record. Candidate B, and so forth, so you can make a
Totally
decision,
agree. Totally
as opposed
agree.
to just
And part of that
So-
has to
yeah.
do with them participating in that, because some of them don't.
Yeah.
oh, that's
Like that's
okay.
our newsroom. And we talked about it last week because we might as well just do my commercial. Political
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
advertising. We have a lot of different specials, different ways to get to your constituents. One in particular is a direct email. So you tell us who you want to contact, your age, geographical, demographical, everything you want, and we will plug it into the system, and then we can tell you how many homes we can actually target via email.
Wow.
But what we do is we count on them to come to us as well, because if you saw the list, I tried to print it out. It is 380 pages long here in the state of Rhode Island for who's running for what. And that goes from everything from school committee all the way up to the governor and attorney general. We have this list. It's insane. So for us to try to contact all these people is next to impossible.
Yeah.
So I will be sending emails to these people. If any of you have any questions, call my cell phone, 487-4136. But that's why a lot of that stuff doesn't get done. Because then you can't interview this person and then leave out that person and that person. It becomes where we are then accused of politicizing and choosing.
I can see that.
Yeah. So it becomes very difficult.
I mean, isn't there a rule on television that you have to give equal time to the other party?
Equal time, yeah.
Yeah. So probably the same.
So
line of
if,
reasoning.
I think
if
that's
the
in
governor...
not paid advertisements.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So if the governor reaches out to us for something, but Elena does not, we can't give him all that time that we're not also giving her. That's how those things often happen.
Do you know there are 4 candidates for Attorney General, Bob?
I know there are 4,
thought
but I
there
don't
were
know
more.
who they are.
Well, there's
I
4
see this-
Democrats.
the
I think what's
commercials.
happening is I'm running into Mass and Rhode Island.
and getting them mixed
so
up.
I'm like, okay.
Well, and 46% of Democratic voters, they're undecided because they don't know who's running. And but who's leading right now? Kim, it's either Ahern or Ahern. I don't know how she says her last name.
Mm-hmm.
She's out in front with 23%, saying they're voting for her. Keith Hoffman at 13%. I think Keith Hoffman works in the AG's office.
He does.
Okay. I don't know about her.
She does something.
Something
She's
down there?
according to the.
Okay.
All right, let me quote the gentleman that promotes her. She's in the trenches.
She's in the trenches.
That's
all
what he
right.
says. He's in the
Good.
trenches.
Then there's a gentleman, Joseph Solomon, has 10%, and there's a fourth one, Jason Knight, at 5%.
So that's 51.
Thanks for adding that up for me.
Yeah. So what about the other 49?
Well, there's
Undecided.
46% are undecided,
Oh,
and
okay.
then there's
All
your
right.
plus or minus that are
Okay.
that haven't
Haven't just-
on the
yeah.
poll. That could be good or bad. So,
I'm going to have to do my research between now and Election Day.
well, primary's coming up in 3 weeks, Bob.
The other,
Okay.
the other
I can do
4%
that.
are the deceased voters who haven't yet registered their opinion.
Wasn't yet decided.
All right. The governor did come out with a timeline for the Washington Bridge. I don't know if you heard about it. Everything's supposed to be done by November of 2028.
Are we ahead of
Okay.
schedule? Isn't that
Are
what
we
he
ahead of
said?
schedule? I don't
think
know.
that's what he said. I think that's what I heard this morning was ahead of schedule.
In what I got, it does not say. So. And
I'll have to look that up then.
It started in December of 2023, in case you all forgot. And
Yeah.
we think we're expecting to meet by 2028 of November. So mark that down on a calendar. All right. All right, so Sue, we got to take another break. So anything else you want to say about the Blackstone Valley Call and Times? Any nice things you want to say?
No, and if anybody is interested in, as I said, running political advertising, whether it's print or digital, friends to follow, anything at all, we can, in fact, reach your constituents direct through email. So give me a call, 487-4136.
All right, very good. We're going to take a look at the forecast right now, being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
Clouds increase today with a high of 86 degrees and calm wind. Tonight, showers are 60% likely, mainly after 10 p.m. Mostly cloudy skies, overnight low of 59. Friday's weather, be a mostly cloudy day with a high of 79, a little breeze from the north, and a baseline 30% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm late in the afternoon. Friday night, looks like a chance of showers and thunderstorms increases to 60%. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms are possible, especially in the afternoon. Some storms could produce heavy rainfall. Patchy fog, high of 74 for the day with a northeast wind, and a chance of rain on Saturday is 90%. Sunday, a 60% chance of a shower, mainly in the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high of 81 degrees. Monday, mostly sunny, 82. Tuesday, sunshine and 80. And Wednesday, sunshine and 82 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with the sunny skies, we have 73 degrees. The Mattress Warehouse Labor Day Super Sale is going on now. Save up to $900 on adjustable mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plus 0% interest financing and free next-day delivery.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up gołąbki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
A visit to Six Flags New England is more than just a day at the park. It's a chance for any kind of fun seeker to find their kind of summer fun any time of day. Like a mid-morning splashdown soak, a 12 o'clock churro chomp, an afternoon rush on the all-new Quantum Accelerator coaster, or, if you're like me, all of the above. Join the fun with a gold membership for just $7 a month. Visit our website to get yours. After initial payment, plus applicable taxes and fees. Online only. Visit sixflags.com.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
It is Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Greg Agnon, Sue Tesser McKenzie, and Bob Lauder. And Bob, time for first message from your law office.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. I'd like to talk to you this morning about the prudence of retaining legal counsel when one is appearing before any court. The case I'd like to discuss is that of Future Contracting Estimators versus Allen, and it was decided in Rhode Island Supreme Court just last December. In the Future Contracting case, the property of the defendant had been damaged. the defendant contacted the plaintiff for purpose of securing an estimate of the damages. The company claimed it had an agreement with the property owner to perform the estimate and subsequently billed the owner for $3,100. The property owner asserted there had been no signed contract for the repairs and that an employee of the company had assured the owner there'd be no charge unless a formal appraisal was requested. Despite this, the owner signed a document labeled as Request for Formal Appraisal. When the invoice remained unpaid, the company sued the owner in the district court. The district court has exclusive jurisdiction over civil cases where the damages sought from the defendant do not exceed $5,000. And a trial in the district court is de novo, which means that the party who is dissatisfied with the judgment has the right to appeal for a new trial on the merits in the Superior Court. In this case, the district court found in favor of the plaintiff, and following an appeal to the Superior Court, a judgment was entered which was also in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant took a further appeal to the Rhode Island State Supreme Court. Throughout the litigation, it appears that the defendant acted as his own counsel. And when the case reached the Supreme Court for consideration, the defendant failed to provide a complete transcript of the Superior Court trial, failed to present any substantial legal arguments, and elements which would not have been overlooked had the defendant retained legal counsel. In the absence of the appropriate appeal documents, the Supreme Court deemed that the issue on appeal had been waived and affirmed the order of the Superior Court. The moral of the case? Please give serious consideration to retaining legal counsel in all elements of litigation. Just as one does not usually cut one's own hair because the results can be disastrous, the lack of legal counsel can also result in unfortunate consequences. If you think my office may be assistant to you in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
Okay there, Bob. Thanks. And, sometimes stories come along and I hear about them or I read about them and you just go, well, gee, that's too bad that happened, that kind of thing. And then it takes a darker turn. And I'm talking about this little boy that was going, he went to a day camp in Wayland, Massachusetts. And the story initially was, a tree limb fell and hit him. I said, well, okay, that's too bad. The boy died.
Ooh, wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot more serious than I originally was told or heard about.
They didn't make it sound like it was serious
like it was a
in
big
the beginning.
deal. That's right. So that's too bad. He got hit by a tree limb. But a large tree fell at Camp Chickamee, which is in Wayland, at 10:40 in the morning on Tuesday, and took down another tree. The boy, who's from Sudbury, Mass., was flown to Mass General Hospital and was later pronounced dead. A counselor struck by a smaller branch was hospitalized with minor injuries and has since been released. The camp is closed for the rest of the week while officials investigate the incident. Probably closed for the rest of the summer.
Hit in the head?
Yeah.
Did it say
Well,
the head?
it just doesn't say.
the head.
It didn't
I'm
say,
guessing
and
probably,
that's,
though.
Probably,
you know,
yeah.
I would
didn't say
imagine
where
there's
it
going to
was
be claims for liability on that. And part of it is going to be whether or not the tree that fell exhibited signs of deterioration beforehand that should have been noticed by the camp owners. Yeah.
I guess possibly, yeah. It doesn't say.
And it wasn't wind or anything. There wasn't
no.
rain. There wasn't wind. There
No
wasn't
lightning.
There
Sounds like
weren't
it.
stormy conditions at
Yeah.
the time.
It's probably dry rot or
Yeah.
insect infestation or something like that. But that's a
Right.
good point.
So that would be up to the camp, right, Bob?
I would think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's
Yeah.
going to be litigation arising as a result of this.
But it's
Yes.
such a shame. I mean, you send your
Right.
child off to go have a good time at camp, and you don't expect this to happen at
No.
all. It's like, wow, this is what a shame. And the other real interesting story going on in Worcester, Mass. Unfortunately, it involves the Worcester police officer that was killed, and boy, they're looking for his wife. Her name is Karen Solomon. They haven't found her. There's new video showing her near some animal clinic shortly after the police discovered the body of her husband, Kurt Solomon. He's a Worcester police officer. Authorities are saying Karen Solomon is a suspect and she may be armed. So you gotta watch out if you run across
They're
her.
not saying how he was killed, like what weapon.
They haven't said.
They have not.
so
So
I
when they
was
say
assuming
she
he was
said
shot,
a gun,
but-
because
Yeah.
that's kind of the easiest to be armed with.
Yeah.
But after the death, she's observed at a animal shelter.
Well, we're going back to flock
Back to
cameras
flock
again.
cameras
We're back to
and
ring cameras. She's outside
The
an
ring
animal
cameras.
clinic.
You see her walking
Oh,
She's
all right.
probably-
down the street.
There's a very good picture of her if you go to the Worcester Police Department Facebook page of who they're looking for. So, but they haven't found her yet. So I was like, wow.
I would think your presence at an animal shelter, should you have actually been the one who did the murder, is a little bit bizarre.
Well, she wasn't like
I don't think she
at
was
the
going
animal
to the
shelter.
clinic. I think she's just walking by it.
It was
Oh, all right.
dark.
And
Okay.
they had cameras out. You know,
Okay.
Because that's what businesses do.
Sure. These
Just
days.
make sure. So, and so that's going on. And then Bob, are you following the Lindsay Clancy?
Not really
case?
at all. No.
So, a psychologist testified that Lindsay Clancy didn't understand the wrongfulness of killing her children. I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's
I thought she said she was innocent.
No, she's innocent by reason of insanity.
and that's why
okay.
and that's why the psychiatrist is testifying to that extent.
That's
because
correct.
it's showing that
That's right.
you do not have the concept of right and wrong.
Correct.
Yes.
He also says she remains a suicide risk, although I don't know how. She's in a wheelchair. I don't know how she thinks she's going to kill herself now. She receives constant monitoring and says she misses her children every day. Now, the prosecutors say, well, if you're, she always said, well, she was hearing voices, and that's why she killed her kids. And the prosecutor's saying, how come you never told anybody you're hearing voices? They're going the other route,
Right.
that she knew exactly what she was doing. And the defense is just saying her mental illness prevented her from being it prevents her from being criminally responsible, which is probably what's going to happen.
The parents, though, her parents and his mother, were on.
Did they testify?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're saying that she told them. They are themselves saying that
I
she
heard her.
did tell them that she was afraid. And they asked her mother, if you felt the children were in danger. And she said, no, because I was there. Apparently not there at that time.
Well,
but,
not that day. Yeah.
You
So-
know what I mean? So that's...
Yeah, that's
So there's been a
shame.
lot of talk that... In that...
Yeah.
I can't think of the word, Bob. You're going to have to look it up for
Trial.
me. No, in that she is... That what she's saying is true. A lot is
Okay.
coming on her side as well. You know, it's a
so
sad
she
thing.
she told
I
them
have
that
to
she
leave.
was hearing
I know you
voices.
do.
She told them
Yeah.
Voices were telling her to kill.
specifically,
Yeah.
specific that I imagine myself harming the children,
Wow.
All right.
or I imagine
Bob's,
myself, so on.
Bob's got to run. He's got
Yeah.
court.
Thank you.
And the judge hates being held up. So,
Oh, boy.
Bob, let's get a second message from your law office, please.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. The second Rhode Island Supreme Court case I'd like to discuss with you this morning involves the criteria for determining whether or not an employee is entitled to a disability pension as a state employee. This case is known as Shepard versus the Rhode Island State Police and was decided in July of last year. In the Shepard case, the plaintiff was a 22-year employee of the department with an honorable record of service. In May of 2017, while taking part in a firearms requalification program, she suffered a serious heart attack. Thereafter, she applied for a disability pension. The pension was denied because the superintendent colonel of the state police determined that she had failed to prove that her heart attack was causally related to her employment. The officer filed an appeal, and after trial in the Superior Court, the case was appealed to the state Supreme Court. The state Supreme Court determined that the superintendent applied an incorrect causation standard. Rather than requiring that proof of the heart attack was caused by the employment, the standard should have been whether or not the employment conditions contributed to the injury. The court wrote that due to the undisputed facts, including the stress and physical demands of the plaintiff's job with the state police, it concluded that her employment contributed to her heart attack and the plaintiff was entitled to receive a disability pension. If you think my office may be assistant to in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
All right, Bob, thanks for coming in. I know you got to get going. We'll see you next week.
Hope to see all of you next
luck.
week. Thank you.
All right, very good. More coffee and coming up. Stick around. Oh, perfect.
Your station for news and sports. ON 1240.
Nah, that was last time.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-843-1313. That's 800-843-1313. 800-843-1313.
Road construction is ongoing in Woonsocket, and while it is inconvenient for most of us, it really hits others harder. That's the case with Belo's Flowers on Diamond Hill Road. Some people think they're closed. Not true. They're open for business, and you can reach them if you approach from the west, the Social Street and Wood Avenue side. Yes, there is a sign at Wood Avenue that states Diamond Hill Road Bridge is closed, but you can still get to Belo's. It's on this side of that bridge. They have a cooler full of cut flowers and other floral arrangements that you just love to own. Plus, Belo's has houseplants, dish gardens, hanging pots, 3-foot tomato plants. Remember, Belo's Flowers remains open, but until construction is finished, the only way to reach them is to turn onto Diamond Hill Road from Social Street or Wood Avenue and make your way over to 665 Diamond Hill Road on this side of the bridge. That's Belo's Flowers, still open during the bridge construction. The native produce is in at Belo's.
We're local and live at 99.5 FM, ON, AM, and FM.
It is Coffee In here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Greg Agnone and Sue Chester McKenzie. It's too bad Bob had to go because one more thing on the Lindsay Clancy trial, they had to, the judge dismissed the jury early yesterday. And all they said was, due to unforeseen circumstances. It doesn't get any more vaguer than that.
They spoke to somebody separately.
Who's somebody?
You know what?
Who
All right,
spoke?
it's like 5 o'clock this morning. I'm watching the news,
okay.
and I can't remember what they said. They were speaking to somebody separately.
And but then the judge tells the judge,
No.
but the judge tells the jury, okay, well, you're going home early, or I don't even know if they're sequestered or not, but you're going home early, but you are not to speculate about the reason of why, and you don't hold it against either side.
Wow. Yeah.
Of who called for the unforeseen circumstances.
Now, human nature. That's the first thing they're going to do.
They go, yeah, well, who asked for this? The prosecution side or the defense side?
Right.
You're going to hold it against them. So
unbelievable.
All right. So that's what unforeseen circumstances.
Oh boy.
That was the official ruling on that. All right. Moving on to other things. Sue, you a big fan of Barbies growing up? Barbie dolls?
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
guess.
think so?
Not a.
Did you keep them? Because they'd be worth
No,
quite a bit of
wouldn't.
money.
But they're
No,
not.
no.
They're not. That's
Okay.
that's the key. They are not worth a lot of money. I
That's
can
because you
attest to
bit the
that.
head off them.
But they have.
Marilyn Monroe is the latest icon to become a Barbie.
Oh, boy.
Mattel's releasing the highly anticipated signature doll to commemorate what would have been Marilyn Monroe's 100th birthday. It features her signature platinum bob hairdo and dresses Monroe in the hot pink gown with an oversized bow, opera gloves, and stacks of jewelry she wore for her legendary 1953 performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend in the movie Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
That one might be worth something. The only
Well, it'd be
reason I
brand new,
know
yeah.
that they're not worth anything, sadly, my mother and my sister both bought my daughter Barbie dolls and porcelain dolls and you name it. We had like 48 dolls still in the packaging, still in the box. The porcelain ones still had the bubble wrap around their faces and their hands and their feet that were worth nothing.
According to who?
According to everywhere I looked.
Really?
I even there used to be a doll place in it's like in the Swansea Seacon
Area,
East
okay.
Providence line area, And this was a few years ago. And I asked her, like, dolls just don't retain value like they once did. So, yeah, these things are
Interesting.
worth nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, the buyers that think it's going to be worth money are we rushing out to buy the Marilyn Monroe?
That one might
thinking
be.
it'll be worth money
That one might
50
be.
years from now.
Right.
Yep, that one might be. But, yeah,
Okay.
right now they're... And then a friend of mine, well, I'll say a friend, an acquaintance that passed, her mother had all these dolls, tried to sell them also through local channels, and they were like $10 each.
That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Let's see. Other things going on. Talk about how times have changed, and this has got to do with the military. And there's an Army unit in Georgia that's offering some active duty soldiers a 4-day pass if they re-enlist. But it comes with a caveat. It's going to allow them 4 days off so they can go play Grand Theft Auto 6, a highly anticipated video game that's coming out in November.
Yikes. That's the problem with our country.
That's a problem with our military.
Yeah.
According to the division, the offer is available to soldiers who re-enlist for a minimum of 2 years between now and November 14th. A statement says the idea is to have a unique incentives program that connects to what soldiers are interested in, and we got to remember soldiers are 20 to 25,
That's true.
and that's what they're interested in.
That's what they do.
Besides girls, if they're men, but they're interested in video games, and
I
they
don't
want
get
to
it.
play.
I mean, I think the last video game I played was Miss Pac-Man. So
This one's a little more intense.
Yeah, I guess so. But maybe it's good training.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
But they have their war video games
yeah,
too.
that's true.
But this is like more fun.
Mm-hmm.
But is it worth? Is 4 days off worth another 2 years? Maybe to somebody
not to
it
me,
is.
it's not.
I don't know, but that's
maybe them.
Wow. It's like, well, okay, and I bet they get people to sign up.
Probably.
They get people that's got regret written all over it.
Well, you can't come back in December
That's
and
what I'm
say,
saying.
"Can I have a redo?"
That's
have a
got
do-over?"
regret written all over
They'll
it.
be
And then
saying,
after 4 days, you have to go back, unless you're in the middle of the 4th level, and then you got to just you got to keep playing.
So too bad Bob's not here because I could see him rolling his eyes and shaking his head because travelers are now seeing a new airport code at Palm Beach International Airport. It's now President Donald Trump Airport. Did you know that?
Oh, for the love of
Yes.
For now.
The airport's for now, right? It may change later on, but right now the airport's 3-letter identifier changed from PBI to now DJT last month for flight charts and navigation systems. Travelers are starting to see the airport codes now on luggage tags and booking sites and things like that. You now got to fly into DJT, which is Palm Beach, Florida. The new codes it's appearing on airline tickets, booking sites, luggage tags. Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation allowing the name change in March, and the Palm Beach County Commission approved it 2 months later.
Wow. How
Donald
about
Trump
that?
Airport.
So I'll tell you a quick funny story about Donald.
Sue's
Trump.
shaking her head.
So I stayed at the Trump Doral golf course in Florida, and so going to my room. And most nice hotels, when you get to your room, they'll call you up and say, "Mr. Agnon, is everything to your satisfaction?"
Well, you stay at much better hotels than I do.
Yeah, well, the Motel
I never
6
got
doesn't
the
do
phone
that.
call.
No, you're right about
Anyway,
that.
so but it was interesting because there's all these gold letter T's in there. So anyway, so they asked me, they said, how's your room? And I said, well, great, except I went to unpack. I opened the top drawer, and there's all these classified documents in here. What should I do with them? This was probably like 2021, 20, in that range somewhere.
You're a funny
yeah,
man.
yeah. So they just told me, they laughed. It wasn't the first time they heard it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
wasn't. Yeah. So.
But you hit it when you're not the one.
I know.
First one
Yeah, I
doing
thought I
a
made
really
it up.
good joke.
Yeah.
If I had 5 cents for every time
Said
somebody
that one.
said that.
That's a good one. All right, let's see. All right, best public high school in the United States. This just comes as a surprise to me, and I don't know why. Is in Tennessee, and I wouldn't have thought that. A U.S. News and World Report ranked Murfreesboro's Central Magnet School the #1 high school in its 2026-27 rankings, giving the school a perfect overall score. Central Magnet also ranked first in, Tennessee, obviously, if you're going to be first in the U.S., you'd be first in Tennessee, with reading and science proficiency scores of 100%, far above the state average. More than 27,000 high schools were reviewed nationwide. Wow, what are they doing?
They're keeping their cell phones and using AI.
Is that what they're doing?
100%.
Look
We're
it up
not
on
fighting about phones.
look it up on ChatGPT and see what you
What
come up
is
with.
Tennessee? What's the name of the school?
It's
So you want to know what are they doing that makes them so good?
yeah, it's Murfreesboro, Murfreesboro. Central Magnet, like the things that stick together, school. They're considered the best public high school in the United States. I guess based on their scores and the things that like that. All right, so that's good. Well, good for them if they made it there. So that's good. All right. So speaking of Florida, by the way,
Okay.
a Central Florida congressman is accused of snooping through a stranger's mailbox. These politicians, I don't know. I don't get it. It allegedly happened on Sunday afternoon while Randy Fine was canvassing ahead of the Republican primary. So he's going door to door, knocking on doors. And surveillance footage shows him sifting through envelopes, although he didn't remove or tamper with any. What? I guess he's looking for the competition.
Right.
Who else is sending pamphlets out?
Yeah.
You would think. Did you find anything, Sue?
Yeah, what I found is it says that they were number one ranking in the country in the U.S. News and World Report, maintaining extreme academic rigor, high college readiness, and near-perfect student
Proficiency. Yes, that word.
I know I can say this word, proficiency.
Close enough.
I didn't go to that school. I'd be in trouble. I'd have brought their ratings down. Rates and core subjects, so...
Okay, well,
Yeah.
good for them. They got the really
I'm
high
surprised
standards.
they don't have attendance as part of that.
Maybe that's just a given. They got to be showing up.
You got to be there.
Well,
do
right, but
so
I'm
well.
saying, does that play a factor across the country? Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Does it play
All
a
right.
factor? It must.
All right.
But I'm surprised it doesn't say it, if that plays a factor.
All right, so back to this guy in Florida snooping through the mailboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. The office, I'm sorry, so Randy Fine's office confirmed to TMZ that he was the man in the doorbell video. We caught you. Yep, that's him. Anything else to say? They don't say anything else. Yep, we just agree that's him. And he went on to win the primary with nearly 57% of the vote. So,
wow.
So
And they didn't even need to get him on Flock.
We don't care that he was looking through people's mail. That wasn't his.
Aren't most of those flyers typically just like dropped off and not mailed? Or do they mail them too?
There's both. There's both.
I think it's a direct
do
mail
they?
thing.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
both. A lot of it is direct mail, but they also do the
People walk around and
door-to-door
just-
canvassing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You hate when you see stories like this. Officials are investigating a medication error that affected 4 patients during procedures at a hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. The hospital says the patients received the wrong medication and that it has implemented new safety measures. Quick, close the barn door. The horses have
Right.
escaped. Yes,
4
that's
people.
right. 4. One family says a 72-year-old woman was left paralyzed from the chest down after receiving the wrong drug during a routine knee replacement.
She was supposed to have an epidural.
Yeah? Wow. Her family says she currently has no feeling or movement in her lower body, and they're unsure whether she'll ever recover. The hospital has apologized to the patients and their families and says it reported the incident to state regulators and launched an investigation of who's responsible.
Well,
kind of thing.
though the people that did that didn't go to Tennessee High School.
So I was just going to say, that's the same place with the really smart kids, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where Nashville is
Where
in
out of town
relation
is.
to Murfreesboro is.
Murfreesboro, yeah.
It could be on the opposite side of the state. So, I don't know. So, and maybe from no one wanted to go into medicine.
Or as we say in Boston, wicked smart.
They're wicked smart down there. All right. Every now and then these stories pop up, and it gives you a little hope. An experimental vaccine treatment is showing signs of preventing cancer from returning or spreading in a study of high-risk melanoma patients. Okay?
Saw that.
That's according to pharmaceutical giants Moderna and Merck. Interim results from the trial show the vaccine used in combination with Merck's cancer immunotherapy Keytruda appeared to extend the time before cancer returned in those patients. The companies have not published the results or released the new data, saying it will be presented at the upcoming medical meeting and shared with regulators.
That's great.
So
even if they're just kicking the can down the road,
a little bit,
it gives time to come up with a total cure.
Yep. And if you keep track of these kind of things, we got a report here that Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan are moving back to the United Kingdom.
Was ICE involved?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe they just ran out of money.
Yeah, maybe.
Were they hanging? Were they living in Vegas? Is that what they were?
I thought they were in
California.
LA. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as early as this month, we're going back that quick. The report indicates their children are set to start school in the UK in September. The move comes not long after Buckingham Palace confirmed the couple reunited their children with their grandfather, the King, and Queen Camilla after 4 years apart. The family has been living in, here it is, Montecito, California. Is that outside L.A.?
No, I think so.
Okay. Since 2020, saying they wanted to step away from their royal roles. The move to California came around the same time a reported family rift developed after the couple told Oprah in an interview about problems in their relationship with other royals. People love that kind of stuff, and I could care less.
Where were they? were their kids born in the United States, or were they born in England?
I think they were born here.
Let's see. They've been here since 2020. They're starting school.
Oh, so just,
they could be
right
US
around there.
citizens.
What, how old did you
Doesn't
just
say.
I thought you just read how old they were.
No, I didn't. I didn't give it.
They're
I didn't
starting
give an
school.
age. Just that they're set to start school in the UK, but it doesn't say what
I
grade.
think one's 5.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wonder if they have birthright citizenship.
Maybe they do. So, okay.
Anyways.
I shall let you know.
Well, you got 30 seconds because we got to run, Sue. All right. Well, Sue's looking that up real quick. Well, thank you all for listening in very, very much. Always appreciate it. Our thanks to Bob Lotter, who was here earlier. And Greg, thanks for being here as well.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And Sue, you find anything?
5 and 7. That's
They're
what
5 and
I
7?
would have
Okay.
sworn. I just
England.
heard you say 5 and 7.
Okay.
I can give you the. Here's
He
the,
was but
here's-
so one of them was born in 2019.
Here's okay.
That's 7.
Yeah. And maybe they start school.
So
at
that one
age.
might have been born in England. If
Okay.
They only moved. Yeah.
There's the story. There are no
I would have
ages
sworn.
to listen.
I literally was about to say 5 and 7.
All right.
How did I know that?
All right, we're going to
Anyway.
run. Thanks for listening in. Always appreciated. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. They're coming your way right after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.